We've got 8 kids on our team right now that are Fort Wayne area kids. We've got 3 more coming next year who were last week regional champions at their regional track meets. So that'll be 11 kids on our roster, and out of a roster of 85 kids, that's a great representation. So Fort Wayne's good for us, good to us, and I think we're doing a great job with your kids. A couple of examples of that group. Faith Sherrill, Northrop High School graduate, was a 44-foot high school shot putter. She's now a 59-foot shot putter, and this winter was the all-time best shot putter in Big Ten history. She's a 5-time Big Ten champion. Her grade point average is somewhere around 3.8, 3.9, and is on her way to be an elementary school teacher. But just an absolute great example of the kind of athlete that we want, the kind of athlete that the city's producing. Chelsea Blanchard, Carroll High School, hasn't had the success yet at that championship level, but ran 16:11 for 5,000 meters. And for you guys that go out and run road races, 16:11 is moving on down the track. The number 2 time in Indiana history, and Sam Bell created a great tradition and a great history for us and set great standards for us that are pretty difficult to live up to. Sam checks in every once in a while, and for the first 3 years I was there, I wasn't living up to his standards, and he'd come in, he'd sit down and say, you know, I got some complaints, and we, okay, Sam, tell me what's on your mind, but the last little while I've been getting notes, congratulations, and so I think we're doing okay in Sam Bell's eyes, and that's actually important to me, whether it means a whole lot or not, whether Sam had unreal expectations. Where we all remember how good we used to be, and Sam got a little bit of that going, but to please Sam is important to us and important to me, and that's going on. The one that we're most excited about right now, Andy Bayer from out in Leo. Andy's redshirting this outdoor season. Another incredible student, by the way. And I don't even remember what it was, but all 3 of those were recently, or just the last day or so, named to one of the highest academic honors a kid can have in the NCAA at the regional level. We'll move on for national consideration, and so they're smart kids too. But Andy Bayer, indoors this year, ran the number 4 3,000. To get it right, the 4th fastest 3,000 ever run by an American collegiate runner indoors this year. We went to the national championships where there's a distance medley. They run a mile on the end, a 1,600 on the end. He ran 3:53.3 on the end, which is the fastest time ever run in collegiate championship history. He's got 2 more years with us. So if you want to read about IU track, go pick up your paper. He'll be carrying the torch for us, and just an incredible kid, and another great example of the kind of kid that we're getting from this area. I'm glad. I want to, before I go on, back to Faith Sherrill. Another cool thing about that story, her coach, Jermaine Jones, who's been with me all 4 years at Indiana, I hired out of Richmond. He's a Fort Wayne Northrop product as well, and so we've got that connection, and a very important, positive connection for us. The Crimson and Gold Cup, 11-9. Okay, understand this: men's cross country, women's cross country, men's indoor track, women's indoor track, men's outdoor track, women's outdoor track. There's 6 championship opportunities. We went 6-0.
Got a number of kids on our team right now from your neck of the woods. It should be a little bit more. We're the state school. We're the institution of the state. I always took a lot of pride being a Carolina guy going to North Carolina. Thought there was value to going to my state school. I think there's value to the kids that live in this community to go to their state school. I think it's hard to beat. The relationships you're going to build, the resources that are there, the environment, let alone it's a beautiful campus, a great social life, a great town, and a phenomenal school. Total package is hard to beat. So we've got a few guys on our team. I'm kind of, when I looked at numbers, surprised there wasn't a few more Fort Wayne guys. We'll see if we go through recruiting, can we can we keep that going? We don't need to recruit Fort Wayne guys because they're just from Fort Wayne, or Indiana guys because they're just from Indiana. They better be good enough to win, and to win big, and win often, and win a lot. So that's a part of it too. But we need to do our state well. But we're talking about Ron, talking about his kids from this region. We've got a couple guys that have represented your school very, very strongly. You should be very, very proud of them. Marlo Belcher, that you know the name very well, as a senior, very talented player. I think a young man who needs to really learn how to do the little things that great players and great people do, and how he goes about his business and preparing his body and practicing hard every day. I think he relies on his talent more than the process. If he goes through the process, his talent's really high. I think he could be a really special player. So we're coaching him pretty hard, holding him to a high standard. He's led the Big Ten receptions last year. Don't know if his stats will be as good, but I think he can be a really, really strong player in the league and a great player for us as a senior. A kid working hard, out of a background, is working hard and on track to get a degree. And I know with his background, he's talked about taking a lot of pride in that. That's one of the reasons he came back. He could have been a pro guy. He would have went late. Wouldn't have been a good choice professionally. But personally, it's great to have him back. So take a lot of pride in Marlo. Dre Muhammad, another receiver from this region, will be in the mix. Caught a touchdown in our spring game. Very solid kid for us, a fifth-year player. I think he actually started Purdue and wised up, came our direction after a year or two. So kind of stumbled down south. So, but Dre will be in the mix. Did a nice job for us. Lawrence Barnett out of Lourdes, right now starting at corner. We'll see if he holds the spot down as a starter. And Mick Mentzer, one of our D tackles, in a good position. Very tough, hard-nosed, dirtbag, throwback, old school kind of guy. He's kind of bloody nose and stuff all over his face every day out there playing. He plays it like he wants. So love those four guys. And not only good players, they need to be good leaders for us. So we're working really hard to teach these guys how to be good leaders. But I've got one recruit right now, Kenny Mullen from Lourdes, coming up as well. But we'll see. We'll keep recruiting your region hard. You guys got a lot of great fan base up here. I know living in Oklahoma, we were so close to Oklahoma City that like Tulsa was a great town for us. So it's like when you get a chance to go to your next sister big town with a lot of great alums who drive a little bit farther. And I did. It was 4:15 today. It was, a little high with the gas. So we appreciate when you guys get in the car and make it. I made it in less than 3. So I made it in less than 3. It was 3. Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. They gave me this 3-hour time. We pulled out, what, 3:18, 3:09. Coach Helmer's a little,
well, they're dragging their feet.
That's, well, they're 10 and 2 drivers, 10 and 2. And most of them are in the left-hand lane, slowing everybody up, right? So, but anyway, appreciate the effort that you guys make to get down and support the program, support the teams. A lot of you guys, folks, are very generous with your gifts and donations. But if anything, you can be generous with. How about a great attitude, some high expectations? I had a word, so I'll throw a couple comments I've heard at these events. One word I hear a lot is the word hope. Hope we do well. Hope you have to go to a bowl. Hope's not the plan. Hope's not the strategy. That's nice to say, and I guess we need to have hope, but hope doesn't get it done. There needs to be a high expectation, a high demand, and you should expect it from us. We expect it. I expect it. I'm demanding it. Coach Helmer demands it. Mr. Glass demands it. President McRobbie, you should demand a high expectation of your programs. We have a lot of things in place. One of the questions I keep asking is why aren't we doing? Why we should do well? Why aren't we? And there's no reason to sit here and have excuses of why we don't win a game or come on the short end. So that's excuses. I mean, there's a scoreboard. It's not talent. It's not 4 stars. It's not recruiting. It's player development. You just heard Coach Helmer talk about that. It's attitude. It's mindset. There's things you can control. You don't control everything. There's a lot of you guys made a bunch of money playing poker. You bluffed your way through a lot, right? Some of you guys have been bluffing your whole life to great careers, correct? So again, it's not walking out better. It's not being impressed with anyone. It's looking right in the eye and attacking the process and working really hard. So please give us a great attitude. Have some high expectations, because that's the hardest thing I'm doing right now with our team, is to teach them how to expect high and dream big and work to reach those goals. So that's where we're at right now. Again, it's an honor to be here. I'm excited to be your coach. We just got our family in town. We finished up our school year. Got 5 children. And I had a 9th grade daughter. It's a pretty good student, and trying to get her through a curriculum track. I didn't want to upset her cart during the middle of the academic season. So we wrapped up school Friday. And the 7 of us, plus 2 dogs and 3 guinea pigs and a cat, come cruising into town. So we've increased our fan base significantly. Get your tickets now, because we are gobbling them up as he goes. But we're excited to be in Bloomington as we transition our family. That's one of the reasons we took the job. I knew it'd be a great, great place with a family of 5 to raise our children, to put them in a great environment. Having been in Miami, Ohio 9 years. My wife's from northern Cincinnati, Middletown area, grandma and relatives over there. A lot of great, attractive family opportunities in raising our family. So excited to be here for our family, but excited to be here for your coach. Again, I see a facility, a program, school, an environment with I think, tremendous potential. Not hope. When I can recruit this region and in 5 hours cover, I think, a state that's changed its football complex, thanks to the Colts, Coach Dungy, and Coach Caldwell, Peyton Manning, and Bob Sanders, Dallas Clark, and all those guys. And there, a lot of kids are growing up loving football. Football in your state's gotten better. The coaching's great. We got great players. I think there's 40-some guys already for next year that have already been offered scholarships within this state right now. Division I, not Indiana. We haven't offered quite that many. But between all the schools that come through, there's 40-some players currently. So a very populated state playing much better, great football. We need to own this state, put some boundaries up, keep some of our competitors out of there. Right now we're fighting in recruiting. If you follow recruiting, we have 0 commitments. And a little bit of that's by design. We're trying to build some relationships with people. I had a kid the other day who wanted to commit. And he's a kid from Florida. He hadn't been to our campus. And I said, no. I mean, you haven't seen us. I mean, you don't know what we look like. You don't know what the school looks like. You're picking a Big Ten school. You're not picking Indiana. You pick Indiana when you come up and you fall in love with it. You meet the people, you meet the players, you meet us. So we are right now slowly trying to build relationships, as Coach Helmer said, to recruit the right kind of guys, the right kind of men who will come in, work hard, have the right talent, but have the right attitude, the right values, the things it takes to be winners, to be champions.